Peace, 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 and salutations, family. This is Brothers in America. This is the host that does the most, Brother Leo, Brother Conscious, where I got some feminine energy. I try to pray on some feminine energy, not pray, but pray, manifest some feminine energy to come through the hold it down for the sisterhood. I got the infamous Queen Zona, famous. How we doing today,
Yes,
family?
I'm well. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We both
I'm grateful to be here.
I appreciate it. Thank you for coming because I kind of give the queens a shout out because they said I do a lot of bashing with my misogynistic, not what I not a title I hold to, but chauvinistic
Okay.
mindset.
Okay. Okay.
Chauvinistic mindset. I feel like you need chauvinistic mindset or stoicism. A lot of people say stoicism
Mm,
ain't good for African culture because it's a Greek philosophy, but maybe it might have been stolen from Africa, but that's a story and a topic for another day. We're gonna sit you
it
and talk.
is.
But I want to sit here. We speaking on, my podcast on relationships and so forth, feminine energy to sit here and give the voice to the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Sit here and represent to somebody who I feel like can hold her own with yours truly. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead. What is your take, Queen Zona? What is your take on modern day dating in 2026?
Um, I honestly feel like people are getting away from what the goal is of relationships and marriage. That's my take. I think that there's a lot of hurt people hurting people and avoiding the hard conversations.
Okay. And what you mean by you saying avoiding the hard conversations? Elaborate, please, if you don't mind.
So I'm gonna say as far as hard conversations, as far as like courting somebody, right?
Okay.
In that dating and courting process, not really getting to know the person, a vetting in a way, right?
Okay. You're
Learning.
teaching me new words that I just learned in the last 2 years. Go ahead. Vetting and courting, by the way. Vetting and courting.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that those hard conversations need to happen before like really being serious with someone. I think that people are overlooking that and jumping into things really quickly. As far as accountability, right? Some people, they come in with baggage
Okay.
and not being accountable for that baggage. And by baggage, I mean like trauma. Showing up with trauma and making trauma bonds and codependency, and never really dealing with themselves.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I got you. I like that. Especially speaking on trauma. Me myself, I had to dig deep within so I could speak on this. I could personally, because I know I can be a tall task, me personally, to deal with. Because again, I have my mindset as an my way or the highway type characteristic traits. But
Hmm.
um but I can go back on the initial conversation we have dating in 2026. Me
Yeah.
personally, because quote unquote now from the internet and so forth. They call it now the male loneliness epidemic. That's a real thing
Mm,
where men now step away from the dating aspects. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because us as men, me personally, I think that men are taught like what to be or what to bring in a relationship in
Hmm.
regards to me in this whole dating scene in 2026, and also to
Yeah.
there's a lot of great women out there. I don't want to put it out there, but most of the great women out there, I feel, is taking on married. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
And now what it is in this modern day and age and era, we have modern day women looking for traditional men. And let me go ahead and let me break it down when I say traditional men.
Okay. Hmm.
Traditional men, and I said some boys them are told how to be protectors and providers. That's what a lot of
Right.
women. I wouldn't say all women, but that's what a lot of women. That's their ground. That's their base. That's the
Yeah.
paradigm that they're building on. Men being protectors and providers. That's a traditional characteristics and trait. And
Hmm.
then you have
Hmm.
women nowadays. They have walked away from the traditional role, the role of grandmom, of mom, of great grandma, where being a wife, like it was it was a job.
Yes.
Now in this day and time, it's hard towards dating. And I'm talking about my personal experience. I know I'm saying a lot. I'm going to give you a little time. My personal experience, I just conduct a little survey. I did a little survey where I
Okay.
approached and talked to 10 women. and just
Mhm.
talk to them in whatever regards. And out of the 10 women, all 10 of them are looking for provider men, right?
Mhm.
And I said also in this realm of you wonder, that's like, you know how some women, they said they need the right man, they're going to submit to the right man, right?
Yes.
And I also said you got to understand that reciprocity is a real thing. That
Yeah.
you for the right man, you're going to submit to the right man, and also for the right woman,
Mhm. Mhm.
a man is going to submit, meaning financially be able to put his life on the line to protect that woman. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's also a form of submission where you submitting to the other. You know what I'm saying? The man
Yes.
submitting to the woman submitting to the man. And I feel like this day and age in the relationships I mean, in most relationships are takers and givers. And sometimes you have two takers and sometimes you have two givers. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
also one with the other. And I feel like men have been conditioned from as a child in terms of what
Yeah.
to bring to the table or what they have to offer because they have to prove their worth. Whereas a woman is like, oh, I'm a woman, I have womanly parts. That
Mhm.
equate to everything I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me
Yeah.
personally, that's not a fair exchange. You know, if that
I
makes sense.
agree. No, I absolutely agree. So I think that especially in today's context, we can't go off of the looking for a man to solely provide. I think that that just obviously is not logical, right? We live in a situation where you need two people to two household income. You need
Yes.
two people economically to take care of the things that need to be taken care of. And so if that's the case, you cannot be a woman who's not planning on showing up financially. You can't be a woman where you're solely relying on this man even if he has, I guess, a six-figure job, like the prices keep going up. So, in my opinion, I think it's more so people have to look for partnership, which again would come in that stage of courting, being able
Hmm.
to really learn the person, and see what it is you can come together with because we're not even coming together, I feel like now on what our values are,
Mm.
right? People are just again getting enmeshed and entangled in these situations, and not really thinking about the future, right? Thinking about that longevity. So no, I don't think that we can live in a space where we're looking for providers, somebody to be a sole provider. I don't think that that's realistic.
And also, I wanna piggyback. You talking about looking for a sole provider because I see also in the internet. I'm very fascinated in the internet because of the manosphere or the dating sphere. I'm
I
with
don't know
it.
nothing about it.
It's all good. I'm here to educate. But I see a lot of women in terms of the gender war, the gender battle, where women are
Yeah.
like, I'm not going 50-50 with no man. Like, why would I have a
Mhm.
man and he's not paying 100%? And I understand. Like, listen to me. Listen, I want to tell to the world, I'm an average man.
Mhm.
Average income,
Mhm.
I'm an average man. I don't feel like I'm ugly. I don't feel like I'm Don Juan, Rico Suave, or nothing like that. I feel like I'm an average
Yeah.
man, average earning the whole nine, right?
Mhm.
Even so, if I'm in that six-figure realm or whatever else the case may be, right?
Yeah.
Because the philosophy, like ladies back in the days, they're being taught her money is her money, his money is
Yes.
our money. You understand?
Yes.
That's how it worked
Yes.
back then. It's not necessarily working now because of inflation. The cost of living is through the roof. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Now, like women, like I don't want to date a man that do like listen, this little bit. You're looking for a father. I feel like a
Mhm.
lot of ladies are looking for a father, and it's a thing, right? When you're looking for that in people that's able to afford that type of
Yeah.
man that's able to afford, that's men who hustle and bustle and get his stuff together sometimes, not all the
Mhm.
times, right?
Mhm.
What do you think that comes with? A man who you don't have to do nothing, right? Because I feel like a
Right.
lot of a lot of women now, like you said again, you spoke on trauma. It's a lot of
Mhm.
trauma, especially in our community. There's a lot of grown folks and adults that walk around with traumatic experience where
Yeah.
they don't want to be directed, they don't want to be corrected, they
Mhm.
want to bark commands and so forth, but
Mhm.
you cannot listen to anything. It's like a lot of combative people,
Mhm.
uncooperative people here that want to tell this one what to do and that one, but you can't follow no instructions. I can't even
Right.
correct you, or I'm going to come off as me being sassy, me being insecure, me being a
Mhm.
narcissist. I can't say
Mhm.
like, yo, I don't want my woman on social media showing off her body because that's inviting trouble. I'm
I don't
insecure.
know. I don't know. So I feel like this is the thing. also, people have to consider the life the person lived. Again, this goes back to
The
dating and
courting.
courting.
Yes.
The life the person lived when you met them, before you met them, right? What did they show up like already? And if there's someone who's already on the internet being an internet baddie, I
Mm.
mean, what you expect her to do? She's not going to turn that down just to be in a relationship, right? What they say, the old cliche, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. While I do feel like that's not necessarily true because I do know that stuff like that happens all the time.
Mm.
I just think that it's all of this new lingo and what you say, people saying like being chauvinistic, talking about being narcissist. For one, I think that people are overusing those things, not
Mm.
really understanding what they mean.
Hmm.
But for two, I just feel like your relationship is how you relate to the person you met, the person that you plan on having a long life with.
Yes.
The internet is not going to tell you what to do. That's
Right.
my opinion. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
And I like how you brought the whole topic on our women being our baddies. I feel like because of the cosmetic industry and the beauty industry, every woman nowadays is a baddie, or they believe to be a baddie. You know, got the hair, the nails, and that's a whole lifestyle, and that's a bill. And also, I want to talk about
Hmm.
in terms of finances. You know, of being
Yeah.
finances. Some might call me cheap, but I call myself being frugal because I know the value of a dollar. I know the
Yes.
value of a dollar, whereas somebody ain't. I don't care if I'm making six figure. I'm making
Hmm.
$1 million. My lifestyle gonna be
Hmm.
my lifestyle. I don't live
Yeah.
above my means or nothing. And also in terms of finances in a relationship, it is if I choose the wrong woman and I'm
Yeah.
making $1 million, and if that's
Yes.
the wrong woman for me, she's gonna figure out a way how to spend $1 million. If I'm making $5
Absolutely.
million and I'm with the wrong woman again, she's going to find a way how to spend $5 million. You understand? So
Absolutely.
that goes into in terms of what you're saying again, choosing a person that you're talking to or courting or doing a courting or vetting process.
Yeah.
I feel like that plays, and that's and I like that how you said that because a lot of conversations, and I like how you said with the vetting situation that
Hmm.
it's good to have the hard conversation. But listen, even now and now, right now, with the most all these podcasts and stuff going on,
Yeah.
women have now saying that they don't have to tell a man what they bring to the table, what they bring to the table. This is the agenda and the narrative being pushed in now that again, a
Hmm.
man has to prove himself, a woman just have to show up. That's a narrative pushing now. I am the table. It could be a shaky table. It could be a rotten, a dilapidated table. That's a narrative being
Hmm.
pushed now that a woman just have to show up and a beauty and a womanly part should
Yeah.
equate to being enough towards bringing to the table. What is your take on that situation?
So I really want to say that I think a lot of these videos, that is the narrative being pushed. It's definitely a like gender, what they call them a gender war.
Hmm.
The narrative from the women, for one, sounds like, I think from both sides, sounds like a lot of hurt. Like again, people are
Okay.
not assessing themselves, right?
Hmm.
But I think as far as women saying that they can just show up however,
Hmm.
again, that's not realistic, right? I think even if you're a woman who was never taught how to be a wife per se, you still have to exude womanhood, right? You should still be moving in a way that's a proper woman, right? And I think that that's also some agenda where, like, we go back to the baddies. I think that that's the thing that social media age has created, right? That
Yes.
everybody's got to have this certain aesthetic. You got to show up online looking like you go to all the best restaurants and you got the bags and it's like what are you doing out here? I think a lot of these girls tricking. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that on here, but
I want
I'll
to
be
say this.
looking.
I want to say this part because not to say like my focal points, my view, you're going to be labeled as a
Yes.
pick me. They call it a pick me. The woman like that's
Me?
me, pick me. That would I feel like it is because you're agreeing with some of the stuff I'm saying. So I feel like you're going to be labeled as a pick me to some women because
I live
again,
my life.
the sisterhood is real. The sisterhood is real. That's like the brotherhood is real. The
Okay.
sisterhood is real. Where I feel
Yes.
like the sisterhood they enable bad ladylike behaviors.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
The sisterhood
Yeah.
is real, where they're gonna be like, nah. Like I saw this lady, she got proposed to. She was doing a TikTok or something. She was like,
Hmm.
they told me not. She's flossing her ring. Like they told me not to cook for her, and I did. They told me not to pay for dates, and I did. She's singing a song, "Take Me Through There, Take Me Through There." Like the lady, her friends, damn, was telling her not to cook for the man, not to clean for the man, not to do stuff. Don't no, don't reciprocate the energy that the man doing.
And she still got a ring?
And she got a ring, and the lady was like, "Oh, you doing the most? You showing off? Oh, you one of those pick me's and so forth. You know, like these are single women being single, or they
Yes.
trying to lower the standard or the bar for what a woman's supposed to bring. She again with this
You're
whole narrative.
saying
Go ahead.
you're saying that the woman who's in the video showing her ring
Yes,
did do those things though. Her friends were telling her something
not to
different, but
do it,
she
not to do it.
right, but she did, and she secured the ring, a husband, a home.
Yes. And
Okay.
and the
Yeah,
ladies, like people that's reacting to her comments like, oh, this a pick me right here. Oh, you doing all this for the man. He about to leave you, do all like again,
right.
single women trying to keep other like it was a lot of reaction videos, a lot of reaction, like, oh,
Yeah.
you doing the most, and so forth. And again, a lot of ladies, not every lady, a lot of ladies
Yeah.
feel like they're just supposed to show up and guess what? This good man with this high paying salary supposed to just pop up. I wanna just deter this a little bit. I don't know if you ever heard of the T app.
No, don't deter it. I need
Okay,
to
go
say
ahead.
something
Go ahead.
to this audience and these ladies, so called.
Yes.
I think that they're girls. I call them girls. They're
Mm-hmm.
never going to be a woman showing up like that. They're girls. They're very immature.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a girl and a boy is. They're
Mm-hmm.
immature.
Mm-hmm.
They're not looking to grow. They're
Mm-hmm.
not looking to have, honestly, I'm assuming they want to show up in a very fake way and
Mm-hmm.
still be able to get whatever it is they want. And it's, again, not realistic. So to be going by what's being shown online, none of that's realistic. Like we're all living a real, actual real life. It's
Yes.
people out here getting sponsorships and acting like they got, all these things. It's people bending over backwards, going in the back door for different
Mm-hmm.
things. Like
Yeah.
we don't know what these people have going on. And that's why I say you have to figure out what works for you and the person you're planning to be together with.
Yes. Yes. And that's a real thing. That's a real thing. I was looking towards it. I'm like, that's like hard. Like, because me personally, because
Hmm.
it's a lot of transitional relationships. It's a whole
Hmm.
ton of relationships. I went to said with those ladies, I also sit them and I said, I'm not emotionally available.
Hmm.
I'm not ain't do that's me testing, doing my conducting my experiment. And I
Yeah.
said, most of them, I'm like, I'm not looking to date because I don't want to pay a woman's bill. I don't want to date nobody, whereas the
Hmm.
mandatory requirement is for me to pay your bills in order to that's prostitution. Period. It's a new
To date,
to date them. They say I'm like, and all 10 of them, they walked away. They're like, oh, it's good to pay a woman. I don't want to. You fail as an adult. If that's your requirement, you should not be dating because the new thing now they bashing. They said a man should not be dating a woman who ain't financially stable. I'm like, but that go both ways. Like I'm
yeah.
financially stable for myself. I'm not financially
Yes.
stable for you. That's a requirement because this whole protect and provider where men
Hmm.
do this now because it's tricking. Tricking is at an all-time high. I want to say this right then.
Clearly.
Listen to me. I was just looking at the numbers. OnlyFans made $2.6 billion last year. Majority
Well,
500 million of that money was made in the United States. You understand
yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's a real thing.
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah.
saying, I said to them, I'm like, and all 10 of them, they're just like, oh, it's good to pay a woman bill. Why do I have to pay your bill when you're supposed to come with your life? I'm not saying ready, but I'm supposed to add value. I'm not trying to, you're dating to get your bills paid. You're dating because
Yeah.
you understand? And
For
I was
one,
I was talking to Pastor. Wait me a second, I got you. I was
go
talking to Pastor.
ahead.
I was talking to Pastor that he's like, yo, if that's the case, you dating to get your bills paid, you don't deserve to be dating. Like when you say intentionally dating with a purpose. They are dating with a
Yes.
purpose, but a wrong purpose. You know what I'm saying? And this
Yes.
is a lot.
Yes.
I told you, I speak to 10 ladies, and all 10 of them all said the same thing. I'm like, this is wow. So I had to be like, yo, but what am I getting? What am I getting out of this relationship? That you want me to
Mhm.
go and you want me to leave with my wallet? What am I getting out of this relationship? And they
Now let
all
me let me say something to that
go ahead.
because right, we're talking about being transactional.
Yes.
I also feel like what has been happening is women feeling used, and this is not now, but generations before, women feeling used for their body, being feeling like they're a piece of meat, the way that men approach them, the way that they treat them. And so I feel like now it's this thing where it's like I gotta get back at you. It's like a tit for tat. And I just feel like, yeah, I don't feel like that's weird.
But that's a
That's
losing
a very
that's a losing battle. Now this
it
is this is
is.
this is about to be my chauvinistic approach, right?
Okay.
This is a losing battle because again, a lot of women have this mindset, this philosophy that they are the prize. That's a
Yes.
lot of women have that, but I'm like, purity used to be a
I
thing
think you're
back in the.
supposed to be the prize.
You're right, and I'm not saying it ain't, but I'm saying
Yes.
purity was a real thing. Was a
Hmm.
real thing. Nowadays, our women are being over sexualized, some by themselves. To get a
Yes.
lot of like, they have to over sexualize themselves. Okay,
Yes.
cool. How can you be the prize, right? That's me saying now.
Hmm.
Me, I was
Hmm.
having a conversation with a lady on my post, and she's like, "Oh,
Hmm.
women are the prize, so get a body." And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "You know what a prize is? A virgin is a prize." She's like, "Oh, body count don't matter. Da, da, da. Body count don't matter to you, but it matter a lot to a
Yeah.
man. That's why these guys, them in Dubai and stuff, they fly these virgins out and give them 100,000. That's how
Hmm.
valuable a virgin. I don't have that type of money, and all would I be doing that if I did? But I'm just saying that should tell you the caliber of what a prize is. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I'm
Hmm.
like, women are God's gift to man. You understand? I'm not knocking it, but in regards to you saying going tit for tat, I'm like, how can you do that? But you're losing your value. You're losing your value. That's like these ladies that
Right.
who telling me like, yo, they trying to date. They're trying to date to get their bills paid. That tell me you have no value in yourself. You can be bought. You can be. There's no loyalty in you. You can be bought, and that's
I
another
think that
thing.
that's what they're saying. That's what they agreeing to. But furthermore, I mean, I'm gonna say right now, I must be a pick me. I'm a single ass pick me though. I'm minding my business
Yes.
because I don't want to be caught in a situation where I feel like I got to know this person and then they start showing up some other way. And so
Yes.
I'm just minding my business. And I feel like again, enough people are not doing that inner work
Mm-hmm.
um, to be a woman who feels like you don't have to bring anything,
Mm.
I feel like you don't feel like you have any worth
Right.
because a woman is supposed to multiply.
That part.
That's what women do.
That part.
And so, say you are a woman who, you're obviously not a virgin. I'm assuming, conversations with an audience that's like at least in their 30s, maybe
Yes. I'm trying to
40s,
keep it a
right?
little PG though. Yes, but yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that I feel like if that's the case, and you're someone who has obviously experienced life,
Mm-hmm.
um, then you can still be a prize, but it's what you show up with. It's
Yes.
who you are as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be showing this man, especially a man that you want to, I'm going to say, cater to your needs. Not that he's
Yes.
going to just provide 100%,
Mm-hmm.
but a man who's going to cater to your needs, you have to be looking to multiply what he's bringing. Then he will not have a problem catering to your needs,
Mm.
in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say that too, like you have a laundry list, not saying you, women in general, they got a laundry list of what they expect. I don't feel like most men have laundry lists. I feel like I'm about to keep as PG as possible.
Yes.
Be in peace, you being cooperative, you're not being combative. I believe that in terms of the whole,
Ooh.
the black nucleus, I believe in the black nucleus is the mother and the father in the household with the
Yes.
child. Um, being not the case where the man is a man is governed by his libido, and a lot of
So,
women
mhm.
are weaponizing that aspects of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that just said being his peace, being cooperative, not being combative. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
Not bringing drama, and then also the libido part. I feel like
Now this where the combative,
yes,
what you say, not being combative and not being cooperative.
yeah,
So everybody in a
no.
relationship,
Being cooperative and not being combative. Being
I
cooperative.
got that.
Hmm.
Okay. When a woman is not being cooperative, what exactly is the reason why she would not be?
Now, listen. Let me tell you what I've learned too. That
Okay.
women get a lot of dopamine from drama. You know what I'm saying? Being
I don't
hormonal
agree.
and so forth. You know?
Girls,
All
girls
right.
get a
Yes.
lot of dopamine from drama.
Women base their stuff on how they feel. Their feelings
Okay.
dictate how they respond, like you saying, right? Why she's
Hmm.
being is how you feel is how you determine how you gonna move. Whereas us as men, we don't have to. But I understand that if a man is not showing up and not being his 100%, being his hundred
Hmm.
percent all the time, it's gonna draw back, like kick back, like okay, you need to do in terms of being nagging. Not saying nagging, but kind of like you ain't on your grind, you ain't doing X, Y, and Z. Like that, I welcome that. It's a difference between,
That's accountability.
yeah, I welcome that, but it's a difference between emasculating and like, yo, listen to me. Sometimes we all need a little a pickup. We all need
Right.
a pickup, like, yo, fam, you know on your duty, like this ain't what I signed up
Yes.
for. I know you're gonna be 100% all the time, but you know what I'm saying? Sit here and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
I've told it's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You come off in
Yes, it is.
a quote unquote a masculine way, the man is gonna react in that same way. You understand what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying.
Okay,
I feel like, okay, but in a situation, let's get to the 50-50, right?
go ahead.
In a situation where now you have a woman who's working a full-time job, and if y'all have children, she's doing most of the house maintaining, right?
Hmm.
Taking care of the children, getting them to different, events they might have, doing the doctor's appointments, doing all of those other things. And as a man, you're only showing up mostly financially, obviously to connect physically with this woman, right?
Hmm.
Y'all
Hmm.
both getting something out of it, but she's giving a little more because she's also providing financially, having to go outside of the house to work for someone. If she's giving pushback, I mean,
It's a reason,
it's a
but
50-50 situation.
I
She
wanna,
might be feeling overworked.
I wanna piggyback off that. I
Okay.
absolutely right. I wanna say, I be on here, not saying bashing, but the whole tricking idea, I definitely be bashing, hitting that whole spill. Whereas you got some big
Yeah.
sympathetic men out here are leading with
Mhm.
their wallet, and to those who go for that, that's kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to
Right.
you. That I understand. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no nothing. But I want to say also I feel like me, I'm a traditional man in terms of
Hmm.
I like me in a perfect world because again, like my value is as much effort and energy I put myself towards being high value in terms of financially stable. I still got
Right.
time, I still got way to go. But my ideal perfect world is for my wife to be at home, you know what I'm saying, nurturing, protecting, and me financially be responsible for it. Because I feel like not saying all men, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like we're more so we're wired to go there and be the breadwinner. We're wired out there to go there and till the line or whatever else the case. Financial resources. I know we live in a different time and different age, and there's not every
Mhm.
man out there able to be a boss or able to make that type of money. But I feel like most men, they feel like, not saying as a wallet, but I feel like that's where we're mostly good at. You know what I'm saying? With the children in terms of being disciplinarians, in terms of bringing home the money, protecting this, doing that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's major. And you have some men that go above and beyond, but I feel like realistically, most men are more so go there, go to work. Cause I don't feel like
Mhm.
I'm not being misogynist. I don't feel like the workplace is for women in regards to
Okay.
because we have a lot of women out here that don't necessarily want to do it, but because they live lavish lifestyle and they want the boss mentality and they necessarily don't want to be housewife, they kind of, you know what I'm saying, have to go ahead and do that. I'm not saying housewife, but want to be the typical wife, stay at home, whatever else the case may be. But I feel like the
But
workplace is not for women in terms of
okay.
like that ain't your role. And then what happens when y'all in
Okay.
these when y'all what happens when y'all in these workplaces, y'all develop men traits and characteristics, not necessarily being masculine, but emulating
Yeah,
those type of traits. I feel like that's not
I
your
get that.
place, you know?
I get that.
Whereas
Historically,
and if you
historically,
go ahead.
we got to go back to historically. Historically, women went to work when men went to war. So that's one part.
Yes,
Then obviously, when the men would return home, those jobs would go back to the men.
yes,
Then there was that struggle of I don't know, women's suffrage or whatever, them wanting to have jobs. I don't think that that was our struggle. That's just my opinion.
hmm,
Um, but we all lumped into it at this point.
yes,
So I feel like from there, society, the women of society were sold a dream that's not benefiting any of the average
Oh
people.
yeah, you will pick me. You will pick me, by the way. You definitely will pick me. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
a pick me.
Destroy,
Hey y'all.
destroy, destroy feminism. Go ahead. Keep continue. You're gonna be
Oh,
labeled a
I
pick me. Keep going.
definitely no. Feminism is for people that's not for us. Um, I'm not a feminist.
Hmm.
I definitely absolutely gonna look out for my sisters, but feminism is not for me. Um, that I made a video about what do they call it? Like sexual liberation. I made a video about that. I think that that's
AKA Hot Girl Summer, AKA the destruction of the
no,
community.
AKA trauma.
Yes, yes,
First of
yes.
all, I think that that's absolutely stems from trauma,
Hmm.
whatever they might have experienced early on, being promiscuous. You
Hmm.
know, maybe it was a situation that was inappropriate that happened to them,
Yes,
and they never regained who they were from that situation. And
yes.
now they just like, oh, and I'm just free to be. Daddy, how you gonna put this thing in front of the camera?
Hmm.
You know,
Yes.
they basically just moving like they just free to do whatever, you know, I'm just liberated and I'm gonna live how I want. But that's the conversation these young girls are coming with.
And I want to
Um
say, especially towards you, because you can hear, they're not going to hear it from me, especially the women. They're not going to hear it from me. Like, can you paint a picture? Because it's going to, because I feel like men, one of our worst our fears is marrying a 304, marrying a city girl. I feel like that's like a and some men that when
mm,
they find out they marry a 304, they automatically get divorced because divorce rate is 70% women. Women
mm.
get divorced, but I feel like when that's men versus nightmare, especially like now, especially
Ooh,
this
what
hookup
you
culture.
saying? You're saying that women divorce more than men do?
70% is women.
Ooh, let's have that conversation.
Go ahead.
Let's have that conversation.
Hmm.
So, and I'm gonna say exactly what it is.
Yes.
The term is weaponized incompetence.
Okay.
So it's men in relationships who obviously can acknowledge what the woman wants, what
Hmm.
it is she's asking him to do,
Hmm.
how she wants things to be better,
Yes.
and he just going about how he wants things to be, right? What you say? You said you dang, I forget what you said in the
I don't
beginning that
remember
you
either.
want things how you want things. Yeah, I
Yes.
know you
Yes.
know. And so you have a man that's just sitting around while this
Yes.
woman is running circles, okay,
Hmm.
getting
Hmm.
whatever needed to be done, showing up to all of the things, trying to figure out how to make the relationship work.
Hmm.
And the man is just sitting back like, I feel like for me, it feels like the man has already moved on,
Hmm.
but something in him is holding him back. And instead of him having that conversation with that woman to
Hmm.
plan properly how to exit the relationship, they
Yes.
just chill. Oh, it's her. She just be in here
I don't feel
tripping.
like it'd be
She
chilling.
nagging all the time.
I don't feel like it'd be tripping. I feel like women, y'all have steps in terms of y'all divorcing, y'all have steps. Like first it'd be emotional.
Because
You
you
know,
should have
I
steps.
know, whereas we don't. We don't. It blindsides us. We don't. When y'all know,
So then it's not the woman. The woman is leaving because she's now fed up. It's
yes.
the man who's deciding he's not going to figure out how to make things work with this woman.
Yes.
Or he's not figuring out after, I don't know, y'all done been married 10 years. He knew year two he was feeling done and didn't leave.
It's cheaper to keep her.
Why?
It's cheaper to keep her.
And that's what they
It's
say.
cheaper to
And
keep
so
her.
that's where we at. How
Yeah.
about it's cheaper to figure yourself out than to
Hmm.
have to go through there than to go through divorce.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, in this, like, that's what they say men love, not saying unconditionally, but we love more than women. Like, y'all feel, I don't like, you talking about trauma and so forth. Like,
Yes.
I'm at a point in time that I understand now why older men or sugar daddies date younger. I understand
Okay.
now. You feel me? Because I feel like, me personally, and that's how I feel, I think, like, the older a woman is, the more she been through. And like how you said, therapy
Mm-hmm.
play a factor. Not everybody is open to therapy. So you have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of battered men and women, but like I feel like sometimes men mask and manipulate. Men will gaslight a woman to get some sweet schwa. You feel me? We gaslight the
Yes.
heck, right? You
Yes.
understand? But we have a like women like y'all being hurt, like y'all being hurt, like so much, y'all being hurt so much that it's like some, not all women, some that y'all wear masks and you can never tell. Like you can see small indication, but as men, we'd be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna blow over it. I saw signs in the gym,
What's
but
the
I'm gonna blow.
mask look like? Because I feel like everybody has a mask. What's the mask look like?
I, the mask could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Mask could be diabolical, ready to shoot up the place. The mask could be a promiscuous woman that you stated earlier. The mask could be out here to get married with him, to stay there an amount of time to get alimony and child support and whatever else. The mask could be whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what about the situations where the woman is being upfront about who she is, just like we talked about, possibly marrying a woman who's be in the streets,
Hmm.
or at least on the internet showing everything, and she's telling you from the rip, like, I'm not going to not do this, and you
And if you
decide you're going to move forward with that relationship, and after some time, you don't want to deal with it.
it,
So
it
now you
takes
got to make her look crazy.
No, it takes a very, very strong simp to come up with that conclusion. You know what I'm saying? It takes a really, really strong simp. But I mean, like you said again, it's light at every tunnel and everything, and I feel like that's a great thing. Give me a second.
Yes. Tell me what you mean.
Yeah, it takes a strong, strong simp to go ahead and swallow that pill. You know what I'm saying? But but I'm going to go ahead and let it, you know what I'm saying? In the comments, like, you know what I'm saying? I like to get more feminine energy. Hopefully, Queen Zona will sit you and grace us again. That's all we got today, family. Hopefully we can have dialogue. Comment section is
Yes.
open. Go ahead and shoot and just go ahead, Queen. You wanna bring us home?
Oh, listen, people need to learn how to love themselves. That's my message. Work on you. Do that internal work, and then you will see what you bring to the table.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Self-preservation. I've learned this from women now. Self-preservation is a real thing.
Yes.
And I see a lot of the male lonely epidemic. Men are got there too. That was a woman thing, but now men are preserving
Yeah.
themselves.
Yes.
But I know I come over being bashful.